All right, I've got all my wires on, and it's a wire, the cap. There's the one that goes on. This one here, I've got a washer put in because I've got a very little bit left on my terminal, so I'm going to have to buy a new one of those, a new terminal cable. So I have a washer, it's a lock washer, and a lock washer has this little indentation in it, so when you close it down, it folds together and it locks it into place. So that's what a lock washer is, in case you didn't know what a lock washer was. So I put my first one down, I got my cable, got my second lock washer. It's going from a negative over to positive. I also have another washer here on the top. Your second set from the same battery goes from your negative over to your positive, and I have lock washers on the top of those. From the negative of this battery over to the positive of this one, and I have a washer on there. This one right here does not have washers right yet because I have run out of washers, but they will be just fine. There's plenty of metal left on that, or all I have to do is just get it close up here, is just put the bolt down on it, or I'm sorry, the nut. This one right here has a washer. Here we go to another washer. Here again, negative to the positive. And if you need to buy shorter cables for your application, then you can. And then I have a washer here for this last one to help tighten all this stuff down. So now that I have all those on, what we'll do now is we'll put all the nuts on. And these are the nuts. So I have some of these right here is what come off of it, so I know they fit. And then I have a bunch of little bags of new ones here. They're a little bit bigger, just a little bit, so I have to adjust my wrenches, but I know these fit, so we'll use them. So I've already got one started here, and we'll put the second one on right there. Tighten it hand tight for right now, and we'll get the third one on. I have it hand tight. The fourth one, have it hand tight, and hand tight, and so on. So I assume you get the gist of that. So once I get all these batteries, all the nuts put on the battery, then we will do a trial and make sure it fires up. And I don't have any reverse polarities because everything's positive to negative. There's no two positives together. There's no two negatives together, which that sort of sounds like a double negative. All right, we've got a few more nuts to put on these battery terminal pegs. Get this one on. All these are hand tight for the time being. And we'll go right here. Put that one on. And the last one. So all I have to do now is take my 1/2 inch ratcheting wrench, tighten all these down, and go to power. So this is what it's going to look like again. So I have your main power coming from the motor, and my starter goes to the positive. Your next set is negative to positive. We don't want to go negative to negative. That's reverse polarity. It could damage the battery. So negative to positive, negative to positive, negative to positive, negative to positive, negative to positive. And my negative, this is grounding out the golf cart itself. So before I'd done this application, I took a picture of everything, so I knew how to put the wires exactly back on the batteries as they were. So I studied that pretty good, looked at all my wires, and I know this one right here needs some attention to. Some of the metal's corroded away. They still work. It will still pull power. It will still shock you if you happen to do this metal and have a wrench and go from the positive negative, you will get a little spark. So anyway, these right here, eventually you have to end up putting acid stuff in it. So these are water filled, and I've got that all dirty because my hands are greasy. Anyway, we're going to tighten these things down, and then we'll give a golf cart to run. We'll start it up, make sure it runs. This is electric, it's not a gas motor. And if everything's going good, we'll take a video of riding around and make sure everything works. All right, we'll see you guys.